There is one stock that is about to skyrocket. The company does mortgages online. You've probably heard of them, Rocket Mortgage, ticker symbol RKT. And over the last year, they've originated a larger number of mortgages. They've been able to serve more people. They acquired a company for almost $10 billion to help make that happen. And they're also using more and more AI to make these mortgage decisions. They are basically the first online or technology focused mortgage originator over the last 20 years, and they're still holding that title. The stock's held up over the past month, even as the rest of the market has cratered. That cratering has really been the tech stocks going down a bunch. And what's happening is we had that massive run from April tariff lows, and suddenly Palantir reports great earnings, stock sells off. Nvidia sells great earnings, reports great earnings, stock sells off. And the tech stocks make up 30 to 40% of the market, like the Mag 7, QQQ. Tesla is not doing great either. So they could rebound, of course, but it seems like money is flowing into a few places. And one of them is basically AI-enabled stocks, Rocket Mortgage specifically. The company had $1.6 billion in revenue for recent earnings, and that beat guidance. So they're doing pretty well considering they're not in a space that is expected to be doing excellently. Like rate cuts would help mortgages, but we've had some rate cuts, but not anything lower than expectations. We'll see exactly the rate cut that comes out in December or January, but we don't have to wait till December or January for this idea. The company is RKT, Rocket Mortgage. Let's jump into a little bit about what they're up to recently.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
Okay, so here's their recent revenue, $1.6 billion, beat the high end of its guidance. And they basically are the largest independent mortgage company after this deal. So this is a $10 billion deal. This is a big deal. They service mortgages. They are a mortgage servicer. So that's a pretty nice complement to Rocket Mortgage, which excels at the customer acquisition side of things. I'm sure you've heard their ads before. And I mean, they even acquired Redfin as well. So that's just expanding them into the Zillow, home listing market. And some of these companies, I mean, all the rage has been Opendoor recently, with the Shopify COO becoming CEO. The stock went from 30 cents to $10. Okay, but these are speculation stocks. Better is another one that had a crazy run, better.com. And then OFferPad, a similar real estate technology company like Opendoor, got pumped as well. And when I say got pumped, I mean like not insignificantly. Like this is a lot of volume. This is 150 million times $3 just about on average. It's like over $500 million going into these stocks. So despite all those moves, Rocket, has just been chugging up. And this is not a small company either. If we look at the market cap, this is a $5 billion company. So they've been around for a while. They've stuck around, and they've only been public for, I don't know, this is 2012, but it's kind of good timing, right, to go public after the mortgage crisis for a mortgage company. But here's the deal. Not a lot of stocks are holding up over the past 2 months, really. Over the past 4 months, they've gone sideways, okay? So this most recent earnings and the fact that they're forming a higher low here is really positive. It's not much of a higher low. It's barely above the earnings low, but they're holding up. And you, the only reason you could look at this and say this looks sort of interesting is if you look at other companies, frankly, they are not holding up. If we look at the semiconductor company, for example, semis are selling off. If we look at, say, really any of the big companies, but even some of the more speculative names, there have been some tiny companies that have been pumping and just selling off that are getting some attention. And this is attention. This is about $1 billion of money going into stocks like these. And why is this happening? Well, because the money is just getting sucked out of the big companies. And if we look at the biggest companies in the stock market right now, sure, there are some companies in the life sciences, medical companies that are doing well. And that's been talked about on this channel significantly. I've talked about it, say it in the active voice. But for big companies, as we talked about, I mean, it's rare to see many of them holding up. I mean, Broadcom you can't really touch because it just sold off significantly. It still has earnings. If we look at, say, Cisco, strong earnings, but it's kind of a no man's land. It would have to come down a little bit more. So I'm just literally showing you how I would go through and look at different opportunities. And these are sorted by the largest market cap. These are the biggest companies in the world. So you would think there would be some opportunities here. Shopify, after earnings, it just got crushed. And it's not really, wise to look for a bounce. There are some certain energy stocks that are sort of holding up, but even still, they just move slowly and they're hard to really get positioned into. So there's a lot on the menu and not a lot that really looks interesting. Robinhood being maybe one of the worst offenders of a stock that's overbought. So sure, Rocket did go on a big run, but it hasn't really sold off like some of those other companies. So this volume is not something to ignore either. If we look at the volume here compared to in the past, it's very, very significant. Now, I don't know what else to say about it besides to say that this deal was a big deal. This revenue is a big number, and they're near the high end of guidance, and we'll see what rate cuts bring. But right now, they're in a good spot. So that's the idea. If you like these ideas, hit that like button. If you want a free course on how to buy stocks before they go up, hit that subscribe. And if you want to take advantage of our Black Friday deal, the lowest this has ever been, $19. Head over to stockscommunity.com. Try it out for 7 days.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.